Hello my buddies, it's Carmen, and today I'm doing another notebook obsession, but this time my focus is on bullet journals and creative type journals slash, I guess, like whatever you want to use for like planning. This is what I use. I like bullet journaling. If you don't know what bullet journaling is, I'll leave a video in the description box, but basically it's a type of planning system that helps you organize your life. So I've been bullet journaling for about a year now, for just over a year, and these are all my bullet journals that I have accumulated. So I will show them off to you and let you know my opinions about them. And this will be that episode of the notebook obsession. Yay! Yay! So I'm going to start with my first bullet journal, which was this one. So it is too big for my screen, but it's about 8.5 by 11, about that size. It's faced this way, but I did actually use it this way, so it'll be a little bit hard to maneuver, but easier, I guess, for the medium because it's a, horizontal screen. So this was my legend for my bullet journal, and then here was some stuff. So I'll just go through real quick. But the reason I like this so much, it was because it was a graph notebook. So graph notebooks are probably my second favorite type of notebook. I just like having a set structure so that I can like sketch and doodle accordingly. I find that graph notebooks are easier to sketch for me because I guess I like the look, and I think it's just the structure of them. I don't know why. Let's go through. So I used it for note taking too. I think it was easier for note taking because it was easier for me to like indent, obviously. I like outlines and note taking like this. I wish I had used a graph journal in high school or college. That would be so much greater than the ruled journals that I use, or notebooks. And then obviously I went through July. This was all of July. This was all of August. September, some like hand lettering and calligraphy. October, November, and December. So, the different types of pens that I used for this. So these are Daiso pens. They're basically ballpoint ink pens. I think this paper lasted pretty well. I don't remember what kind of paper it was, but it didn't feather. All this didn't feather. And the Daiso, ink types are known to feather. And then these are highlighted right here, so you can kind of see they did go through. Obviously right here, this is Sharpie, so it was meant to go through, so I'm kind of glad that it did. But obviously if you wanted something that can withstand Sharpie ink, this is not it. On the back here, you can see that I did take notes on this side, but there's not a lot of shadowing on this side, which is great. I love this type of paper because it was so great. I think I might rebuy this for another bullet journal or just like another journal type. And then let's see if I have any. The only real pens that I used on this were a highlighter and then that Daiso ink. I also used this right here is the Pilot Friction pen. It also did not feather. You can see on the back here, and on the back here you can't see any feathering. I don't think I used any other pen that I know of that you can see. Obviously here, this was all Sharpie, so obviously it would make sense that it would go through. It's either Sharpie or highlighter that it would go through, so that makes sense. And then this was brush pens. So I assumed that the brush pen would go through, so it didn't really matter. Besides, this was just sketching anyway. I will say that the The pencil also didn't shadow through, which is a huge plus. You know, I have a big problem with pencil paper that pencil can shadow through because that's just a big no-no for me. But yeah, I don't have anything other to say about this other than this was probably my favorite bullet journal, even though it was my first one. This is probably my favorite journal of the 3 that I've had so far. I probably will use this type of bullet journal in the future as well. Good. Number 1. My second bullet journal is this. I want to say this was a B5. You can see here, this was a B5 notebook. This was from Daiso. This is a dot grid journal. This is also one of my favorite notebooks. Dot grid is actually my favorite type of notebook. So dot grid is definitely my favorite type of bullet journal. This went from January to June. I also really like this because, again, with dot grid, you have that structure to be creative without being too empty. I feel like the rule type, which you'll see next, is actually too constricting for me, but this allows you to indent, it allows you to plan. It kind of works better without needing to get out a ruler. So it's easy to sketch and doodle than it is with other notebook types. So this is kind of less constricting than the graph journal because you don't have those overbearing lines, even though I do like the overbearing lines. They make me feel happy. But yeah, so this was just a normal dot grid journal. The only thing that I didn't like was I don't like ring bound journals. I like the bound ones, like all the other notebooks I have are bound and stitch bound, but I don't like these. You can see, like, if I turn, I don't know if you'll get it this time, but basically sometimes when I close it, it doesn't close right. I don't know, I just have a big issue with it. But I did really like dot grid, and that's why it's my second favorite bullet journal. I will say the paper was super, super light. I don't have any paper samples, but this was friction pens, and as you can see, friction pens were probably the lightest pens that I had, and they definitely, you can definitely see the shadowing on them. It didn't really bother me in this journal at all because it kind of fit with the planning, but if I was sketching, that would definitely bother me a lot. So this is my second favorite bullet journal so far. And it was my second one. What a coincidence. This one is my third bullet journal. This one is definitely my least favorite bullet journal. If you haven't seen my previous bullet journal video, it was the November plan with me. You could tell I was totally sick of this. I wasn't inspired at all to open this. It's basically because it was a rule journal. So I'll flip to a page that I haven't opened yet. But you can see the ruled, it didn't inspire creativity in me. It just reminded me of school. I had to get out, like a ruler to plan it all. And I just didn't think it was fun at all. Maybe in the future, the structure of rule journals would have made me want to sketch more, but in fact, this time it made me want to sketch less. I basically open this like once a week, if that. And that's why it is my least favorite. I think I did this already, but this was my pen testing. This was the Sakura Micron pens. This was my platinum fountain pen. These were brush pens. These are friction pens here. And then this was the ballpoint Dr. Grip that Soumya gave me. And then so I ended up just using the Micron pens. You see here there's barely any shadowing, but it didn't really bother me. Like I said, shadowing on journals and bullet journals don't really bother me, but it would bother me if it was a sketchbook. So it's my least favorite, and I'll bring you to my third favorite, which is this next one. This is my most recent bullet journal, and this is my third favorite. It is a blank journal. So if graph was structured and dot grid was structured and ruled is too structured for, like, not structured enough. This is just empty space, and I actually like this third, even, although I would put this up there. The only thing I don't like is, you know, like, I have to use a ruler for everything, but I don't really care about that. I like the freeness of everything. I don't really care that I don't have lines. I write pretty straight anyway, and if I don't, then I don't really care that it's crooked. It's not that big a deal for me. And then I also have these Post-its, and then I can just use this as rulers anyway. You know, like, doesn't really matter. I don't really, like, with a blank notebook, I don't really care if it's straight or not. Except for of course, the weeklies and the monthlies. But I'll show you this is the pen page that I did before I started, and you can see I did the Sharpie. This is a felt tip pen, the Marvy Le Pen. This is the Sakura Pigment Micron. It's also a felt pen. This is a brush pen, and then this is pencil. And there's barely any shadowing on any of them, except for, of course, the Sharpie, which you would expect and hope that would happen. I guess you would hope that would happen. I guess, like, if you're a big Sharpie user, you would hope that wouldn't happen. But this, I mean, I didn't really buy it for use of Sharpie. I don't really use Sharpie in journals anyway, except to mark the index pages. But so far, I really liked it. It's only been the first week of November, so I haven't really done a lot. But the empty pages actually, because I've been using one page for each, so the empty pages actually inspire me to write more on days that I have time to write. So this day I didn't really have that much time. They get a lot of steak. And then, like, but on days where I have less to do and it's basically chores, I did a brief summary of what I did that day. Yeah, but I really like this so far. I'm really enjoying the freeness of the empty space, and I like being able to write whatever I want up here and then decorate it accordingly to how I see fit. It's really freeing, even though I like the structure of the graph and dot grid journals. This just makes me feel a lot happier, and I don't know, I've been opening this up just to look at it, so that makes me happy. So I just wanted to show everyone these are all my different bullet journals. I love exploring notebooks and see which ones I like best. Obviously these three rank up there, first, second, third, fourth. I will always rate ruled journals last, but if that's what you like, this isn't that bad. This was about $8 at, like, Barnes & Noble or something. This was also about $8 on Amazon. As I said before, this is about an A5. And this is about half the size an A4. This is about an A5 and this is about an A4. I think they go down. I can't remember. One of these is an A5 and one of these is an A4. Daiso has a lot of these great dot grid journals if that's what you're looking for, if that's what makes you happy. But of course, if you're looking for a thick sketchbook, this isn't going to be it. So if you don't mind the shadowing, this would be great for you. And this is my favorite journal of all of them. It's just really high quality paper for what you expect, for what you're buying. And I think this was about, I want to say it was less than $15 on Amazon. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think. What are you using for your bullet journals or planning or notebooks or sketching? I'd love to know, and let me know if you have any recommendations for future bullet journals. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye!